All veils and misty, streets are blue. Almond looks, that chill divine.
Hey guys, how's it going? Steph Davis here from flipthiswholesaler.net. I have another reader mail for you guys. Sorry, it's been a week or two, I think, since I've done a video, but I have a question tonight from Jacob. And Jacob's question is, hi Steph, I saw your 30-day challenge about making 100 offers in 30 days and was wondering if you go out and look at every property before you make an offer. I'd like to start making multiple offers on REOs, but don't think I will have the time to inspect every one of them. Any advice is appreciated. Thank you, Jacob. Alrighty, so Jacob is asking about the 30-day challenge I'm doing, where I'm going to make 100 offers this month, and he wants to know if I'm actually going out and looking at each property. The answer to that is I look at most of them. Sometimes if it's in an area that I'm really familiar with and if there are good pictures on the MLS, a lot of times I'll just make a blind offer, especially if the offer that I'm making is kind of far from what the list price is. Like, for example, the property that I have under contract right now that I just got last week, it was listed at 30. I put my initial offer in at 10. Because I know, and this was without seeing the house, okay? I looked it up on the MLS, saw the pictures on the MLS. I think there were 3 or 4 pictures, and then I went and put it into Google Earth and kind of looked up and down the street. And I'm pretty familiar with the area anyway, and I know that judging from the pictures, there's no way if I get it under contract at $10,000, like say the bank accepted it right off the bat at $10,000, I'm going to be safe. Because there's no way that if I get this house at $10,000 that I'm not going to be able, well, I shouldn't say there's no way, but the chances, I feel fairly confident that if I get it for 10 grand, that I'll be fine. So I made the offer for $10,000, and then I got a counter back from the bank at $13,900. And then as soon as I got that counter, then I went out to the house to look at it and checked it out, and then, countered back accordingly. So I do that a lot of times, especially if the offer that I'm making is, very far from the list price. And in this case, it was, listed at 30, I offered 10. So, but on the other hand, if say the house was listed, it just came on the MLS and it was listed at like 18,000, then I would go, if I was going to make an offer, I would go out and look at it because, that's kind of close. There's a chance maybe that, if it's listed at 18, I offer 10, they might accept it right off the bat. And even though I think that I probably would be able to sell it if I got it at 10, I would still, when the numbers are kind of close like that, I do go out and look at them. So, but if you're just getting started, though, it is a good idea to go out and look at every house that you make an offer on, just because you want to get in the habit, or you want to start learning neighborhoods. So, when you go out and look at a house, it's a good idea, too, to run the comps and look at the recent comps that have sold in that area, especially the investor comps, the low comps, so you can take a look at, what properties sold recently to investors and how much they're paying for them, and going out and actually looking at them, driving by them. It kind of just crystallizes, it makes more sense in your head once you actually go out and look at the comps as opposed to just seeing them on a computer screen. So if you're just getting started, I do recommend going out and looking at every house that you are going to make an offer on. And then once you start getting more familiar with the neighborhoods and you start getting more familiar with knowing the values better and knowing what price is a good price, for it to be a deal, then, it's do like what I do, and in most instances, you can make an offer like a lowball offer. If you know what price you need to get the deal at, you can make a lowball offer and still feel safe. So, the other thing too is a lot of times, even though sometimes the house will be on the MLS, there'll be pictures on the MLS, you can look it up on Google Earth. There are some things that you can't, even if there are really good pictures in the MLS, and a lot of them, there's some things that you can't, you actually have to go, for example, this was either last year or the year before, I saw this house. It was listed on the MLS. It had been listed for a while. I didn't go out and see it. I think it was listed at like, I don't know, 50. And I offered, I think, in the 20s. And I knew if I got this house in the 20s that it was just going to be a slam dunk deal. So I made the offer at 20. And I can't remember the numbers now, but I ended up getting it under contract for like maybe in the high 20s, low 30s. And then I went out to look at it. I went and looked at the back of the house, and there were step cracks. In Florida, I don't know if it's like this in other places, but we have sinkholes. And the telltale signs of a sinkhole is you'll see step cracks in concrete block homes. There'll be like step cracks in the concrete block. And the back of the house, I mean, it looked like the house was falling into the earth basically. So I ended up, thankfully, I had an inspection period in there, and I was able to get out of the contract. But stuff like that, you need to go out, and those are reasons why you need to at some point go out and physically inspect the property yourself. So I guess my answer is, sometimes I look at most of them, although sometimes if I'm making a really low offer, I'll just shoot that out, and then if I get a good counter, I'll go out and look at it. So hope that answers your question. If I left anything out, or if I left something unclear, feel free to leave a comment or your question in the comments down below, and I'll be happy to answer. And I guess that's it for today. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.